Welcome to the Saturday Doobie Feature, the internet's first movies and marijuana show.
On today's episode, in anticipation of the new reboot, we are watching one of my favorite action movies ever, Hellboy II.
That's interesting. You kind of remind me of Hellboy. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Derrick.
I'm Justin, and today we're talking about Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy II, The Golden Army. It's a 2008 classic, in my opinion.
Oh my god, it was pretty cool. I mean, back then...
No, I'm saying best action movie of the 2000s to 2010. Don't at me.
I'm going to at you.
You're going to at me on that? What's another action movie you can name off the top of your head that you would compare? What, Fast and Furious?
Men in Black?
Well... If you haven't, maybe... I'm saying from the year 2000 to the year 2010.
What about...
Exactly. So, if you've never seen Hellboy, tell the people...
In the continuation to the adventure of the demon superhero, an evil elf breaks an ancient pact between humans and creatures. As he declares war against humanity, he is on a mission to release the Golden Army, a deadly group of fighting machines that can destroy the human race. Now, as hell on earth is ready to erupt, Hellboy and his crew set out to defeat the evil prince before the Golden Army can destroy humanity's existence.
That sounds awesome to me. See? Like, who wouldn't want to see that movie?
I mean, you're right. I mean, I probably would want to see that too after I heard myself say that. But, you know.
It was Guillermo del Toro directing brings so much to elevate this movie beyond a typical action movie. That's why it's hard to compare other movies to it, I think. Like, you could say The Matrix from, like, the 90s would be, like, the Hellboy 2 like this. But I think it's more like, Harry Potter 3, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
That was Alfonso Cuarón, who's usually this, like, art house director. Like, what was Guillermo del Toro known for before this? Pan's Labyrinth. You know, real, like, low-key stuff like that. So bringing really in a director shit, and mixing them in with that commercialized stuff sometimes makes, like, a really excellent product.
Yeah. He did that horrible movie where they was trapped in the elevator, right?
Who?
M. Night Shyamalan? It was like a horror movie.
No, I don't think it was Guillermo del Toro. No, not my Guillermo. He's too busy. He plays with a lot of monsters. Like, this movie is basically, I think, a prequel to The Shape of Water. Which Shape of Water, Oscar-winning, I think it won Best Picture of the year that year. Did it? What? Fact check that.
Well, it was like a soft fish porn.
I usually like my porn a little fishy. If you catch my drift. The vagina jokes. If you've never seen Hellboy, it's still Ron Pearlman, who was like the internet's favorite. Like, his prosthetics and makeup and everything have always been like super on point.
I mean, I think his face
except
went
the beginning
well to the character, you know, and to what they did. And I mean, because he already has like a very
wide face,
a very unique face. So
tell people what you're smoking on too.
I am smoking on this biscotti cake.
Oh, we got the biscotti cake back?
Yes, by Weed Without Limits. Lionbolt Farms, check them out. They do great shit up there in Humboldt, man. Nice. It's fucking fantastic.
I hope to visit myself.
Loud ADM, holla at them too, okay?
Oh, is that because I don't want to drive to Humboldt.
No, so. You don't have to drive to Humboldt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find it down here.
Oh yeah.
So Hellboy, you were just saying that something you actually liked about the movie. I almost felt like.
I'm a big Ron Perlman fan.
Yeah, so you like his wide face.
Yeah. Well, I just love his acting. I mean,
dude, how many hours do you think he had to spend in the makeup chair for that?
Man, I would probably say maybe like half a day at least. You know?
That's before you're on set, and then being on set for 8 hours a day, and then you got to take the makeup off again. Look, real dedication as an actor. So.
I mean, I remember when I was a PA on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they used to do all the prosthetics on those fucking characters on there, and that shit took like 6 to 7 hours. So you could just imagine what would go into making a character like
all the different creatures in this movie, so diverse. On the exhale of that, I like pictured the flower. Like, that was such a beautiful hit. Ooh. Did I slobber?
No, it was just tasty.
Oh, sorry. As long as I didn't slobber. Hey, by the way, last week I was accused of a stoner foul, and we have some file footage, folks. We have some file footage.
I don't know if they could drum that up. I don't know if they drummed that up.
Listen, no. So the dabber was sitting on top of the cable. Okay?
So you
Play that
say.
footage back. Play the footage back.
So he says.
Back and to the left. You see right there what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Back and to the left. Boom. That was not it. I'll take some blame. I'll take a little bit of blame for not noticing.
But your eyes went straight to the rig, and your eyes should have went straight to the dabber. But it didn't.
I should have been more focused.
Yeah, you were super high.
Just like they're focused on the plot in this movie. Like the plot and the action scenes, I think, are really well integrated in this movie. That you really learn a lot, which is kind of one complaint people might say is there's not a lot of action for the first 25 minutes. But they give you little bursts here and there.
I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird when he was like in the bathroom and shit as a little kid. And, you know,
well, that was bad prosthetics, I would say, out of the whole.
Whoa, that was like, oh shit,
But
what the hell
They
is
just
that?
wanted to show that because baby Hellboy from the first Hellboy was very popular.
Yeah.
But there's huge, awesome sets in this movie. Like, it feels like one of the last movies that may ever be made with, like, real sets like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate when you think about it. Like, they're doing these, like, Aaron Sorkin walk-in talks with Jeffrey Tambor, which are great. They're snappy. They're funny.
Yeah.
Selma Blair has enough energy here. You know, good for her. Go, Selma Blair. We're rooting for you.
She was good in this. I mean, I thought she was gonna be on fire the whole time, but then I was like, okay, she doesn't stay on fire. Because I was like, damn, she.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about the development too. So like they're investigating and there's really good tension building in that scene. But then he's like, Liz, you're pregnant. Like that kind of stuff doesn't happen in the Justice League from last week's episode, which is why we spend so much time complaining about that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, versus a movie that is well written or has a script, I think.
I mean, that would be a fucking cool ass baby with the fire and then Hellboy and shit. Did they have the baby yet or nothing?
No, baby. No Hellboy 3 from Guillermo.
For real?
They're doing this reboot with David Harbour from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, we don't know. We haven't seen it yet, folks. To be completely, upfront, I haven't bought my tickets yet because I'm not convinced by the commercials. You know, the ad campaign's not really grabbing me. It's maybe more for the Suicide Squad crowd. I don't know.
Ooh, wow.
Well, you know how they like try to
wow.
put in those popular
Hitting
rock
below
songs
the belt
and stuff.
today, huh?
Oh, jeez. This is nothing compared to last week. Again, last week's episode, Justice League. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. But Seth MacFarlane did a voice in this movie.
He did.
If you notice, he was the
Jesus
voice.
Christ.
He was the voice of Johan, the spirit monster that was inside of the mechanical. It was basically him testing out the Klaus voice from American Dad.
Okay, well, I mean, it is 2008, so yeah, I guess that's around the time when American Dad
He's
came
developing the tone and a voice, but I really like that, seeing a way of spirit, like, so they get into the troll market, and that's really cool. He, integrates himself into the machinery. He's the only one who's able to open that. Like, that's dope. Stuff like that. And then you go into the troll market, it's almost like the way a Tim Burton movie used to feel.
Yeah, well, it kind of reminded me of almost like a really
like Beetlejuice.
Cool after school movie, you know?
Well, something for the kids
because
too.
Because he was
family
fucking
friendly.
Hideous. He was hideous. But he was so comfortable with who he was
in the market.
No, he was so comfortable with who he was that he wanted to just show everybody else in the world. He wanted everybody else to know how cool he was.
I like a lot of the themes.
I
like a lot of the themes in this movie.
You know what I
Even
mean?
when you're talking about the villain, Prince, what's his name? Prince Noana or something. You understand why he wants to do what he wants to do. Same way in Black Panther, another episode you guys can check out. You understand why Killjoy wants to do what he wants to do. Like he's trying to represent his people. He's trying to save trying to save their existence essentially, which is also the elemental battle. Like you're gonna tell me that's not a sick action scene?
I mean that is.
That to me. You have a setup of a cool weapon. You got the big baby there. He's literally protecting a baby the whole time. That giant, you feel the scale of that whole scene. Suddenly becomes like him fighting a Godzilla-sized monster.
Well, when that dude brought that fucking thing out and went, and then he ate the dude's face and shit, I was like, ooh.
Well,
that was like at the beginning of the movie. That was like a real good setup.
Well, that just shows you the creature design that goes into the movie because of Guillermo del Toro's experience with that. Yeah. Doug Jones giving us performance as not only the Angel of Death but also as Abe Sapien.
Yeah, he
Shape
was
of Water
really
kind of looking
character.
guy.
I mean, some of it was a little over the top. I think they tried to be a little Blade-ish in some parts of the movie.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
you know, you got to fit in with the style of the, you know, the same way movies nowadays are all orange
The
and blue,
whole
like we
little
were saying
chamber
last
that they,
week.
you know, they had that whole little chamber down there and shit. It was like kind of reminded me of Blade a little bit, you know.
Well, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings-ish to me too. Like there was like a lot of Lord of the Rings influence and kind of mixed with Blade. It still had like a realistic world. Last 30 minutes are fire.
Yeah.
Like, and it gets different too. Like I love that they go to like that like Scottish hillside. They meet that fucking crab dude, and he leads him into he leads him basically into like the dwarven realm of Skyrim. So it's the closest we're ever gonna get to seeing that on screen, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But they fight those monsters. It's a great ending.
Little fairies, yo, that was some really good. I don't know if that was CG or.
Well, no, the creature design actually was done by this guy Mike Ellisdale. He's a guy who does it. He's the one in with Ron Pearlman doing the Hellboy makeup recently. He's done Stranger Things, like if you like the Demogorgon from that. So here's a little fun fact for you, Derrick. If you think you haven't enjoyed a Guillermo del Toro movie before, Blade 2, boom.
Oh, you know what?
He directed the second best black superhero movie of all time.
But that's why I remember. But that's why it reminds me of Blade because I just said that earlier. Because it reminds me of Blade. This movie because he directed the joint. That whole fucking
with the creature designer. Oh, wow. It's a scene, man. It's
that
a scene, man.
See, yeah. See, you know when you
hit this
it
vampire
works
mix.
together, man.
Shout out Turtle Pie Co.
Turtle Pie, all the way. You know what I'm saying? But what it goes to show you is once you find people that are good to work with, I mean, you'll always work together down the road.
That's why Prince Nuada's relationship did not work out so well with his sister in the movie because she was playing both sides. But Prince Nuada was like, I felt like a compelling villain. I at least felt like he was like dangerous to them.
Yeah.
I felt like he really could have ended the world if he wanted to. Speaking of ending something, we're going to end this segment to lead to
the Marijuana Minute. Be right back. Welcome to the Marijuana Minute, and today we've been talking about Hellboy. It's getting kind of hot in here, so we want to talk about where we like to go to get some ice cream.
Our favorite ice cream shops in LA. I think you wanted to shout out someone first.
Well, Little Damage. They do a great job. Vegan ice cream. It's soft serve. They got flavors like unicorn tears and charcoal almond.
Specifically vegan and delicious.
Specifically vegan.
Like it's like real life. Like you know, don't think about it as like a thing, but they have lines out the door.
Lines out the door. It doesn't even. You won't even know it's vegan. You can get toppings like caramel popcorn, cotton candy. You know what I mean?
Great.
They have charcoal infused cones. So go check it out. Downtown.
I don't charcoal cone. I want a charcoal cone for like my gut.
Yeah, it's really good for you.
I want you to check out Scoops. They're on the west side. They're also kind of near Beverly Boulevard, but they have every day changing, rotating crazy flavors. So that's why I'm into that. You find them on Twitter. They've got like ricotta butterfinger, horchata, mascarpone Oreo. You know, delicious stuff. But they also have non-dairy options.
Okay.
They'll do like an Oreo, burnt maple. So check them out, Scoops. Thank you for today's Marijuana Minute. Back to the show. That was today's Marijuana Minute.
Yeah,
So shout out to ice cream.
shout out to the ice cream. You know, back to Hellboy 2.
Back to the heat right now. But, you know, who knows if it's going to live up to the new David
Hellboy?
Harbour.
Yeah.
David Harbour versus Ron Perlman. Duking it out. I'd pay to see that on pay-per-view.
Hey, I mean, I like that guy. You know,
Yeah.
he's a good actor. He brings
both
some of that
awesome
really eerie energy. So,
It could.
you know.
I feel it. I want to see it. I want to see more of you guys. If you guys want to see more of us, check us out in the description below. My name's Justin. Find me here.
I'm Derrick. Find me on, you know, the social.
I just meant find me here on the couch for the Saturday Doobie Feature.
Oh!
Every Saturday at 4:20. Stay safe. Stay high.
Smoke responsibly. Hey guys, we really appreciate you guys watching the show. If you were smoking something, let us know in the bottom what you were.
Yeah, leave a like, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, and smoke everyone all together every Saturday. Thanks.